right, sales fundamentals, Craig. What is number 0 on this list?
Well, again, use views. You're in sales, you're probably using contact views and also deal views. So we're not going to go through views again prior to the earlier sections, but when it comes to sales, it's all about tracking activity again. So what's the first thing we get salespeople to do, Ian?
First thing, make sure your email is connected into HubSpot and you've got inbox automation turned on. You've also got your calendar hooked in, which gives you the ability to create your calendar links. And the other little tip, make sure that you choose a domain that's not HubSpot, but your domain. That's one other thing to do. So make sure that you've got that little drop-down setting set.
For your calendar meeting link, that is.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, after you've connected your inbox, this is really important. You should set your never log settings. What are never log settings? They mean even now you've connected your inbox and then you send an email to someone and you can log it into HubSpot automatically. With never log settings, it means for some people that you send it to, it'll never get logged into HubSpot. Why would you want to do that? Well, if it's something sensitive or something private, you probably don't want that getting logged into HubSpot. Now, depending on your settings, when you do send an email, you can say by default it will log or by default it won't. I have to override it. But a lot of sales reps have it on automatically. Definitely log everything I do into HubSpot. And that's actually pretty normal. But never log settings just mean, make sure I don't accidentally log something that I shouldn't. Something sensitive, we often have never log settings for our own domain. So if there's something internal that we're emailing about, we don't accidentally log it into HubSpot. And a typical example, I have my wife on our portal's never log settings so that I don't, I'm sending stuff to my wife. I don't want that going into the HubSpot and the team seeing all of that. There'll be other things, accountants, doctors, maybe you're emailing them from your work account. You don't want that going into HubSpot, so you can set them up. Very easy to set up. This is actually one of the first things we show people with training. The reason this is fundamental is because all it takes is for someone to accidentally log something sensitive or private into HubSpot and it spooks the entire team.
Yes.
We've seen it. Someone sends an email to their manager complaining about, another employee or, performance issue or salary.
Yeah.
Turns up in HubSpot and then all confidence in the system is blown. So that's why we always talk about never log settings. Get them in place, save yourself any embarrassment.
And 2 things I want to highlight there, Craig, is make sure there's a global setting to block for all users. So things like your project system, etc. You'll see in here. That one that I've got there, and there's one that says only me, which will also show up in this list, that's my mum's email address. And that only applies to me. So just be aware that there are these 2 kinds of things. You can do a global block or you can do an individual block. So 2 important things to be aware of. All right. And the third one is sales tools. So if you've got your inbox connected, you will have ability to utilize these sales tools within Gmail or Outlook. And that is your snippets and templates. So very important to do that. And that's covered in libraries. So things like using personalized tokens can be used in templates and snippets, which will save you lots of time. So a really simple example of this is when you are doing something internal, for example, and you need to notify somebody in accounts and you need to pass all the details that they might not necessarily see within the contact record, you can actually pull out things like their company number, their address, and you could say, oh, Craig, can you create an account for Ian? And here are all his details. And it'll just spit it out without you having to go and cut and paste properties that you already collected inside HubSpot.
There's a bunch of other things we could recommend: tasks, queues, sequences, playbooks. Save all them for later. Get those fundamentals in place. The only thing we will call out is the HubSpot mobile app, especially for sales reps. If they're on the move, in the car most of the time, driving around, the HubSpot mobile app is actually pretty good. It's getting better. It's pretty much more geared for sales, I would say, than other departments,
Correct.
although they are adding in dashboards and lots of things. But you've got a few quick tips for the mobile app, Ian.
Yes. The big thing is that people love is the card scanning. The other one is having a view. So this comes back to views. Have a view that you can actually use on your mobile app because they just go, I don't want to see all contacts, but I want to see particular contacts on the app. So having a view is really handy. Logging activities. I love the logging of activities or even using the calling within the app. And then being able to log that. The other thing that works really well, which I used the other day, was I actually got a call from somebody. When I stopped, I wanted to log that activity. So I just did that in the app, and I actually used the dictation to log the activity with what I actually discussed. So it was really fresh. As soon as I stopped, I dictated it. It was like almost word for word, and then I saved it and then carried on my day. So I really enjoyed that. And then taking photos and adding them to a meeting or a task or a note quickly. Really useful for people like customers who have people on the road that maybe go to offices and they visit people in same building, but maybe different areas, just to make it really easy for them to recognize where they're going and who they're meeting, because sometimes they might not have a picture of that place or person. I think we had an example a long time ago of the food we ate, wasn't it, Craig?
Oh, maybe.
In a meeting note? I think so.